And then immediately, when I found them there standing, and then I then asked him, and then what are we still waiting for? Because you can see this is the police. Because if I remember correctly, on my site, they said, go and verify if the bogus or not bogus. So while asking Kruger, I thought maybe he had more information that I had. That's why I asked him that. Why are we still?
So as I understand you, by that point, the purpose of your mission had been achieved.
Completely accomplished.
And your bigger interest was to get to the operation in the
Northwest. That's correct.
More or less, what time was this? Do you know? I mean, I won't hold you to it, but what time was it, more or less?
The time when I was
meeting them. Question.
That is going to be between 15 and 20 past.
Thank you, Commissioner. And what did he say to you? What was his response?
He told me that he's still waiting for the team leaders of the people as per the instruction of Brigadier Mokoena. He needs to speak to the team leaders there.
You say he said he needs to speak to the team leader as per Brigadier Mokwena's instruction.
Correct.
And what did you make of that?
To me, it irritated me more.
Why?
Because now where we have arrived here, we receive a message that this is a legit, while coming, we'll receive a message. That message was a hint. It is a legit message of the SAPS. I arrive there, I see the car of the SAPS. I go to the gate, I see people wearing, you can see these people, they are police officers. What more now need to be verified? That's what irritated me.
And do you know if Captain Kruger was aware that the black BMW was a SAPS vehicle?
I did inform him.
When you saw him that first time?
Correct.
And what was his response?
He told me about Brigadier Mokoena.
What was it that irritated you about him referring to Brigadier Mokoena all the time?
Yeah, because to me, it shows that now, as far as I know, if you receive an instruction from the commander, they give you a task. Go and do this task. The how part to do that particular task, the commander got nothing to do with that. The how part is solely on you, the executor.
And so, okay, so can I just take a step back? You say that you were irritated by Captain Kruger referring to Brigadier Mokoena all the time. Just tell us, what was your relationship, your working relationship like with Captain Kruger at that stage?
Before or?
Yes, before 6 December.
No, we were working as colleagues. We were sharp.
And how long had he been in the unit?
I think he was 5 months, 4 months, somewhere there, if I remember correctly. But he arrived at our office on that particular year.
So he was relatively new.
Correct.
And you say in your statement that he used to seek advice from you.
That's correct.
And in this instance, did he seek advice from you?
He didn't. He just told me about Brigadier Mokoena. Because normally, on a situation like this, and then here is the police, we confirm it's the police, and then we combine our heads together, and then what to do now? We share suggestion amongst ourselves, not someone that is not here. But instead, he decided that no, the only weight that is going to take is the weight of Brigadier Mokoena. So that is why I said, no, if it's like that, let me leave him to do whatever, what he thinks that is all right on that particular time.
If that was your position, why were you still on the scene? Why didn't you just leave?
because I have to wait for them. I have to go with them to Northwest.
Okay, so your sole purpose for still remaining there was that you were waiting for them to finish.
Yes, because I remember telling him that he must phone Captain Sijane to tell him to stand off for coming here because it's no longer necessary.
And at that point, Captain Sijani was still stuck in traffic.
That's correct.
And do you know if he did instruct him to stand down?
I will presume because he didn't arrive.
Okay. And just returning to your statement on page 4 at paragraph 15. Do you know if Captain Kruger ever did speak to the team leader of the operation?
Yes, there was a stage, there was a gentleman that came out from the house. And then Captain Kruger, they met on the middle of the road because someone from the gate, he pointed that gentleman to Kruger. And then at that stage, Captain Kruger has already shifted his car and parked it on the pavement on the other side of the road. And then they met there. I remember they shook hands and then they walked towards Captain Kruger's bonnet.
And you don't know what they were discussing?
No, I don't know.
And where were you at this stage?
And then at that stage, I went to the parking because I parked my car at the rear side when I arrived. I took my car and parked it where Captain Kruger's car was parked, next to the gate.
Okay. And you also mentioned in paragraph 15, Captain de Gavea greeting someone. Can you just elaborate on that?
Oh, yes. There was someone, Constable Tikovea, that was communicating from that team that was busy in that particular house, but that guy was on the gate. The gate was widely open. So they were greeting one another. Hey, who's it? What? As if the people, they know one another. And then I asked Constable Tikovea, hey, do you know this person? Yeah, this guy, I know him. I attended a course. It was a special task force selection course, something like that. They were together then.
So Captain Constable de Gavea recognized and spoke to somebody that was part of the takedown team.
Correct.
Okay. Then at page 5, paragraph 16, you speak about, now you've already told us that you moved.
Okay, Siggles, do you mind if he reads into the record the last sentence of paragraph 15?
Can you read into the record the last sentence of paragraph, should it be the last two, maybe, from I asked, I also heard Constable. Do you see on page 4, paragraph 15?
Yes.
The sentence that starts with, I also heard Constable de Gavea. You can read that into the record.
I also heard Constable Tikovea greeting one of the members executing the operation. I asked him if he knew the person. He told me that he had done STF, Special Task Force training with this person. Again, this was a further confirmation for me as Warrant Officer Nkosi that we did not have to be at the scene.
Thank you. Then paragraph 16. This is after you've now moved your vehicle and smoked a cigarette. You noticed another vehicle at the scene. Can you tell us about that?
Paragraph 16.
Yes, an unmarked vehicle.
There was a Golf 7 that arrived there. When I checked this Golf 7, it's a Golf 7 from our office.
How did you know it was from your office? And when you say your office, what do you mean?
Tom's office.
How did you know it was from Tom's if it's unmarked?
No, we know our cars.
Okay. Yes, proceed.
Yes, even the occupants who were in the car is the people that we work with.
Okay, and who were they?
It was Warrant Officer Dlamini and Constable Viki Lahle. Viki Lahle.
So they from your Tom's office.
That's correct.
Okay, can you tell us what you did when you saw them?
By that time, Captain Kruger was busy with that gentleman on the bonnet of the car, on the other side of the road. And then they parked next to me and asked me, and then what is happening? I said, I know it is already sorted. These are the police officers. And then Constable Vigilash stepped out from the car. And then he came to me and greeted me like exchanging fist. I don't know if it's a correct word.
Yes, bumping fist, yeah.
Yeah, bumping fist.
Yes.
Oh. Normally he calls me Malume. Hey, Malume, how's it? Hi, sharp. What's happening? I know it's sorted. The best thing that you need to do, you better rush to Northwest. The thing that we have called here is not on. Me, I'm still standing here because I'm waiting for Captain Kruger and Constable Tikovea.
Sorry, let's just get this clear. Constable Vigilahle and Warrant Officer Dlamini, they are part of the Tom's team that was going to the Northwest.
Correct.
Does Captain Kruger know these two people?
Correct.
Did he see them on the day?
That's why now I will never know because he was busy with those gentlemen that sat on his bonnet. But I did inform him that no, I have excused because like him, he was a senior now at that particular. So whatever I do, I have to inform him.
Who could have called them to come to the scene? Do you know?
Yeah, that's what surprised me because I checked on the group, on that particular group, to see if they were there on the group. And then they were not there on the group. And then while Constable Vigilahle greeting me, and then I asked him, and then what led you to be here? What are you doing here? He said, Brigadier Mkwena called me, referring to him. He said, Brigadier Mkwena, like I'm quoting him what he said. Brigadier Mkwena called him. And then I realized because Brigadier Mkwena, when he calls me, he said he has already called other people. So that's why I didn't question much on that.
Thank you, Ms. Lee.
Thank you, Commissioner. And do you know whether Brigadier Mokoena had called Warrant Officer Dlamini?
I will not know. I will not know.
Okay. But he was in the same vehicle as Vigilahle.
Warrant Officer Dlamini was the driver.
He was the driver.
Correct.
Warrant Officer Nkosi, do you know which side Constable Nkosi and Vigilahle and Warrant Officer Dlamini belong to, Johannesburg or Pretoria group?
In terms of residence?
Yes, the way that you described it earlier.
Well, Warrant Officer Dlamini stays at Centurion. And then Constable Vigilahle stays at Soweto.
So they are the Johannesburg group.
No, Warrant Officer Dlamini falls under Pretoria's group. I don't know on that particular day what happened for them to be together. I don't know that one.
Thank you.
Yes.
Did you observe any other Hawks members, not from Tom's necessarily, but any other Hawks members?
No.
Then if we can go to paragraph 18 of your statement. You say that you didn't interact with anybody from the takedown operation, except greeting them.
Except greeting them, yes, correct.
And do you know if Warrant Officer Dlamini and Constable Vigilahle interacted with any of the members of the takedown team?
No, because Warrant Officer Dlamini didn't step out from the car. And then after Constable Vigilahle stepped out from the car, Warrant Officer Dlamini went into the gate to make a U-turn. And then after making a U-turn, he parked next to me, facing the other direction now.
Do you know how long they were on the scene from the time that you observed them? So this would be Warrant Officer Dlamini and Constable Vigilahle.
It was less than 5 minutes because I told them that we need to rush that side.
Warrant
Yeah.
Officer.
After telling them that no, they need to rush that side because here it's already confirmed that these are the police, and then Captain Kruger is still busy on the as per instruction of Brigadier Mkoen. I don't know what is he talking about, because they asked him, so who are those people that is with, and then what are they talking about? I said, no, on that one, I don't know. Me, I'm just, if it was not for me that I have to go with them, myself, I would have also left them there and left.
Warrant Officer Nkosi, it might be an insignificant detail, but in your paragraph 16, you say that in line 1, 2, if you go to line 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, there's a statement there towards the end. It's a sentence there that says Warrant Officer Dlamini. Can you see where I am?
Yes,
You say,
towards the end.
yeah, you say there in that sentence that he was standing, Dlamini was standing next to the car when he asked you what was happening. And then I understand you now in your oral evidence to say he never came out of the car.
That's
Is there
correct,
something you
Commissioner.
want to correct?
Maybe it's just the waiting here. He didn't step out from the car. He parked the car next to the car, next to my car.
Okay.
Correct.
So it's incorrect where it says he was standing next to the car.
Correct.
Thank you.
So the person that was out of the car was Vigilahle.
Correct, Commissioners.
You also, while we going back, you also describe the attire that was being worn by Constable Vigilahle. Can you just tell us about that?
Yeah, the only attire that I could remember is a top that he was wearing. He was wearing a golf T-shirt with the branding of the DPCI.
With the branding of the DPCI, the golf T-shirt.
Correct.
Okay.
Can I ask you a question? We had evidence on Friday that Tom's team, Thursday, sorry, Friday was an off day, that the Tom's team does not have vehicles that are marked. But that was one of the people who gave the evidence. The other one said something different, of course. So can you maybe just assist us with that? So you're saying the very Tom's team that you are part of has cars that are marked Hawks, and they have T-shirts that they wear that are also marked Hawks?
No, Commissioners, we don't have a car that is branded Hawks. Our cars are plain, yes. But we do have the T-shirt caps of the Hawks.
You know them because you know the Hawks cars.
I know our office cars.
Yes.
Yes.
I'm with you.
Oh.
Thank you, Commissioner. Okay, now we back at paragraph 18 of your statement. You speak about something that occurred while you were standing outside. You were outside and leaning on the bonnet of your vehicle, waiting for Captain Kruger and Constable de Gouveia.
Correct.
Please proceed. At paragraph 18.
18. After they have just left, Constable Vigilahle and Warrant Officer Dlamini. And then I was approached by a gentleman unknown to me. He was coming on the other side of the road. Because when I arrived there were other people who were standing on the pavement on the other side of the road. I presume that it was just the inquisitive people. When there is something like in a township, when they call it normal abondaba, when something is happening there, then they want to see what is happening. So I presume that it was those type of people. And then that person crossed the road and walked towards me. And then he greeted me, I greeted back, and then he asked me, are you guys from the Hawks? I said, yes, why? And then he further told me, he's the one that, like I'm gonna quote, I'm the one that called Patrick, unquote. And then I asked him now it was getting interesting to me now. And then who's Patrick? And then he said, Patrick is General Mboto.
Can you just go back? In your statement, you say that he approached you, you introduced yourself. Who did he introduce himself as?
He said he's Mr. Mtetwa.
Okay. And you, as you said now, he said to you, he's the one that called Patrick. You asked him, who's Patrick? But before he gave you the answer, you say that he made a request to you to move.
Correct.
Can you tell us about that?
He told me that if you can step out from, because I was standing next to the team that was, the team that was doing operation in that particular house. Because we were about 3 meters away, they were about 3 meters away from me. That I presume that whatever the guy is saying, they could hear. And then he asked me that if he can speak to me privately, and then of which I refused.
Why did you refuse?
Yeah, I think now it was on my side. I just made my mind that it's going to be unfair to these people that were encroaching on their operation. Now, yes, someone is coming. He wants to speak to me privately. The better way here is to be transparent to them.
Okay, proceed.
That is a thought that came to me. It's better to be transparent. Whatever the guy want to speak, he must speak in their presence.
Continue.
And then I refused the request, but I didn't tell him the reason. I said he can speak, and then just never mind these people. He can just speak to me. And then he said, no, the reason for me to call the general is because I wanted to know this police, they've got a right to be in this house, and then they've got a warrant of arrest to arrest this person who's inside the house.
Sorry, warrant officer, can I just ask you, who is General Mboto?
General Mboto is a divisional commissioner at the DPCI head office.
Sorry for interrupting you. You may proceed.
And then I further asked him, do you stay in this house? He said, no, he doesn't stay in this house. And then this house belongs to his family member.
Continue.
And then, if I remember correctly, while I was explaining, I asked him before that, you and General Mboto, who are you? And then, like basically, I was asking you, what is your connection, you and General Mboto? And then he told me, he spoke in Zulu, no, Ibrahim yakdala leyo. So basically, in the township lingo, Ibrahim yakdala is your old friend, old bra.
And what was your response to that?
If I remember correctly, there was a stage where the team guys who were there, they were clapping hands while I was interacting with these guys, because now their numbers, they became bigger now, meaning that they had interest on this gentleman.
Just clarify that for us. Whose numbers became more? The members of the task team of the people that were undertaking the takedown operation.
Correct.
Okay, so when you initially started your conversation with Mr. Mtetwa, there were a few of them, and then they increased in number.
Correct. They
And-
even after, because the guys now he started walking away while I wanted to, while walking away, I was explaining to him that if you are not staying in this house, the police, when they do their job, they're gonna explain their presence to the people who are inside the house, not just randomly someone that is on the road. So that is when now he was drifting away from me.
When you say drifting away from you, you walked away.
Walk away.
Okay. You say in paragraph 20 on page 6 that you tried to get more information from him. Did he give you anything further?
No, he didn't. Because he was walking out, because I didn't want to follow him back.
Okay. What did you do next?
And then I went to Captain Perry and informed him about this guy. And then while the guy walking away, he went and stand next to the car. He was busy with another person there. And then I took a picture of him with that car.